What's up, guys, and welcome back to another Roblox episode Ready Player One video. Now, I'm just going to be talking about more crystal key hints and clues. I know there's no clues that have come out yet, but this is just my personal clue and hints, maybe to narrow down the search for you guys, for those who are searching for the crystal key already. Because since the J key was found out without any clues, everybody is now thinking that maybe the crystal key can also be found out without any clues. Now, that is not 100% sure. That's just what everybody thinks because of the second one. What I gotta say about that basically is that we don't know yet. I mean, it literally could be just as easy as the J key, but just as hard as the copper key. If anything, it is probably harder than the copper key. I've looked in a lot of places, but I have a feeling that the crystal key might be harder. I don't know. That's just like theory. Could be harder, could be easier. If it is just as hard as the copper key, then nobody is gonna find it until the clues actually come out anyways. Now, another thought I have about the key is maybe it is in a game where it will teleport you to another hidden game. Kind of like how with the J key, you swipe the door with the key and it brings you to that zombie arena. And that is where you get the key. Now, that is all just speculation, you know, just the same thing with how people are saying that, oh, it has to be mobile. Like, it's gotta work on mobile, you know, it just makes it fair for everybody. And I was wrong about that too, because I thought it had to be on mobile as well. And the next thing you know, like, boom, they come out and they surprise you, like, hey, it's in Phantom Forces, it's not on mobile, you know, but we do have a separate mobile thing for Phantom Forces, you know, for Phantom Forces J key. It's the mobile piano, which is, I'll say right now, super hard. I wouldn't even bother with that mobile piano thing. I would just keep trying to do it the Phantom Forces way on the PC. But if you do have mobile, it's so hard to explain that it's just too hard to explain. That's how confusing it is. It's so confusing that I just suggest going to a friend's house or going to the library or something and then trying to do it there, or like using your parents' computer or something. Another one is that everybody thinks, well, not everybody, well, I think it might be in a, actually a lot of people do think that it's going to be in a high traffic area game. So people are saying that, yo, it's going to be like somewhere within this vicinity because it's got a bunch of players. You know, and Phantom Forces has a bunch of players before this event even happened. Same thing with Jailbreak. Now people are thinking that it's got to be like the top 10 or something because, you know, they want to draw as much people as to their event as possible. And that's another theory that people are talking about. Do not, jeez, Mike, do not be fooled by leaks, okay? All the, oh, it's an escape room leak and all that is just, it's just nonsense. Like, unless it's an actual, you know, developer that leaked it. But do not be fooled by the leaks that you guys see online about the whole, it's escape room because the decals, and oh, it's got to be a miner's haven because of decal, and it's got to be, where else, whatever floats your boat because of decal. Like, no, they're not going to release it that easily with the decal, because I mean, if it was that obvious, you guys would have known it was in Phantom Forces before the first person found it. That's just how, like, it's just to draw you away from where the real key is, guys. Okay, it's like people think it's some kind of conspiracy theory that, you know, it's you know, somebody found the decal. It's not like you guys even looked that hard to find the decal. It was like right there out in the open. And because it's so obvious that it probably isn't going to be in any of the leaked games that people talk about. Tune into Roblox live events because they actually give out some pretty good clues sometimes if you ask them. I don't know if they're allowed to, but I know that they do give out clues time to time during their live stream. So tune into that, ask them some questions, pay attention to what they say. I know I was wrong about the map changes. When I was talking about the J key, I was like, it's probably not in a map where the map changes because, you know, that's too random. But Phantom Forces, the map really does change. But to counteract that, they made it so even if you leave the game, you still have the J key in your hand. Okay, because they have an actual inventory to put it into. So unlike Jailbreak, where Jailbreak does not have an actual inventory, it makes sense that if you leave the game, you lose all your progress. So I guess if they have a real inventory, you could say like, yeah, that's where it's gonna be. So like Epic mini games does not have a real inventory. I don't think they do anyways. So it wouldn't be in that game, because if you left, you would lose all your progress. And another thing I was gonna say is that the leveling system. So Phantom Forces has a leveling system, but it's not the type of leveling system that you need in order to defeat like a boss or something. So I was still right about that. I think I am still right about that. It's gonna be in a game where you don't need to level up to defeat. So if you had to defeat a boss to get to a certain area to get the key, it would not be in a game like that, because you would need to level up and get stronger. And sometimes it takes hours to level up. I don't think it would be in a game like that. So unlike Phantom Forces, even if you're level 100, that doesn't change anything compared to if you were level 1, even with the leveling system. So I hope you guys know what I'm talking about there. And I think I covered all the bases right there with everything. Everyone thought it was going to be on mobile as well. It's not. So the badges, it could, obviously nobody knows, nobody works for Roblox, but it could be able, like, the game may not have to have a badge. It could be badgeless, because not everything you do needs to have a badge. I don't know how that works, and because we were wrong about the mobile thing, so we could definitely be wrong about this badge thing. It's not something that, Roblox has said. Yeah, it's been proven in the last 2 keys that it needs a badge, but that still does not prove that it does not, need a badge. Kind of like how the first copper key did prove to some people that, yeah, jailbreak is mobile compatible. So, that's got to be, the second key has got to be mobile compatible. And then boom, we were wrong. So, yeah, it might just be in something that doesn't have a badge. And if that is the case, it literally could be any of these games. Well, besides, and another thing is that everybody thinks it has to be updated, at least the 13th. In past, which actually does make sense. So I guess if you find a game that hasn't been updated recently, before after the 13th or on, I would probably say that it's not on there. But the amount of games that have been updated on the 13th or after, there's so much of it that it really doesn't matter. It's still an array of games where we can't really pinpoint it, but that's just my thoughts on it. It's all theory, guys. I don't know 100%. You guys can listen to me or not listen to me. I could be right, I could be wrong. But that's it. So, happy hunting for that crystal key, and I'll see you guys next time. Much love.